What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. So as you can see, I already did my foundation and concealer and eyebrows and everything, so we're just moving right on along. The first color that I'm picking up is the Melt Cosmetics Antique shade. This is from the Rust Stack, and I'm just putting that above my crease, kind of making a faux crease if you will, but I'm just putting that down as a transition shade. And the next color that I'm going to pick up is called Peacock from Makeup Geek, and I really kind of left this clip pretty long because I really wanted you guys to see how difficult it was for me to blend out that shade. Typically Makeup Geek shadows are pretty easy to blend out, but this one for some reason was not working well for me, but I do love the color, so I'm going to keep using it. I'm putting that on the outer portion of my eye and I'm blending it up into the crease, leaving the middle part of my eye free because we're going to put something else on that part later on. I'm just kind of taking whatever product is left on the brush and I'm kind of sweeping it out almost into a wing shape, if you will. And then I'm going to go in with a smaller brush in a minute and just put that on the inner portion of the eyes. We're going for a halo look if you guys haven't noticed. Now I'm just gonna take a clean blending brush and I'm just gonna go over that, and here you can really tell that like the product really wasn't moving anywhere. I didn't do anything different with my primer or anything, it's just the same thing that I always do. I don't usually set my primer with a powder. I tried that, didn't really like it, so I stopped doing that. I don't know, this color just was not moving for some reason. It just like stuck wherever you placed it, so it was just like difficult to work with pretty much. But I'm just like building up that intensity. This video is gonna be a lot of adding, going back, blending, adding color, blending, adding color, blending, basically. So you're gonna see a lot of that. Here I'm just going back with that clean brush and I'm just, blending out those lines. And now here I'm taking my Morphe M507 brush. I literally don't know what I did before this brush came into my life. Highly recommend for anyone with hooded eyes or a really small lid space. But I'm just taking that same color and I'm packing that on the inner portion of my eye, and I'm trying to steer clear of the inner corner and, like I said, the middle part of the eye because we're going to be putting another color down. So you're just going to blend it out as much as you can and then connect it to the crease line that you made earlier from the other side. And now I just kind of wanted to concentrate the color a little bit more, and I just took that same brush and put it on the outer corner and then just blended it out like I've been doing. And the brush that I'm using actually to blend out is the Morphe M433. This is also a really good brush. This is one of my ride or die brushes here. Now picking up the Anastasia / NICOLE GUERRIERO Glow Kit, I'm using a flat shader brush just to really pack on that color. I wet it with some Fix Plus, but you can use whatever, setting spray you have. But I'm just like picking up this color and packing it onto the middle part of my lid because I want that part to stand out against, the blue color that we already have down. It is really hard to work with highlighters, I would say, as eyeshadow because they are different textures than like, a typical eyeshadow. But once you do get them to work, they do look gorgeous. So if you can, just work with it as much as you can. The next shade that I'm picking up is the color Houdini from Makeup Geek as well. This is, I think, a foiled shadow if I'm not mistaken. And I'm just gonna take a pencil brush and I'm gonna put it onto the portions where that Forever Lit color and the Peacock color meet, just to blend it out a little bit and give it more of a gradient effect. Here you're gonna see me packing on the color, then going back with the brush that I used that Forever Lit color on, and I'm just like blending it out, and then I'm gonna go back with my pencil brush and just keep blending until I get a really nice gradient between all the colors. And the brush that I'm using here to pack that Forever Lit color on is from Royal & Lang Nicole. I've had this forever and I love this brush. It's the Mini Flat Smudge C402. I highly recommend if, like I said before, are working with a small lid space and need really small brushes to get the job done. This brush is awesome. And now pro tip, real quick, if you guys are trying to do something like how I'm doing with the faded out wing shape and you feel like it's getting too wonky, take a bone color or skin colored eyeshadow and just place it right around and then let it sit for a minute and then blend it away with a dual fiber brush. You're gonna clean up that line so easy. You don't have to worry about concealer or anything like that. And now I'm taking the same colors. I'm using that antique shade just as a base, and then taking the peacock shade and putting it in the same formation that we did. Oh, Beyonce girl in the house. Putting it in the same formation that we did on our upper lid, and I'm leaving that middle part blank. Then I'm just gonna take a really small definer brush and pack that Forever Lit color in the middle. I didn't put that clip in. It was so hard for me to stay in frame for that, so nah. Next, I'm just tightlining my upper and lower waterline. If you guys are noticing here, I kind of did a quick run through of my lower waterline and then I kind of went back and darkened up the areas where that blue color is. I really wanted those areas to be pretty prominent because I like the contrast between the light and the dark. So I did that and then I blended out the black. Then I went over it with a little bit more of that Houdini color. And then I'm just gonna go through with a clean blending brush and just blend everything out. Moving on, I'm gonna take more of that Forever Lit color and just put that in my inner tear ducts. And then the next clip here, I kind of wish I had left out, but I was already too deep because I already did the other eye, so they needed to match. But I used the Stila Smoky Storm, the Magnificent Metal glitters, and I kind of put that in the inner corner. It really didn't do anything for the look, so I highly recommend skipping that step. But here, I didn't want any kind of liner because I didn't want to take away from the shape of the shadow, so I just went with a skinny liner from Wet n Wild, and I just barely made a line for my lashes to stick to. Now moving on to blush, I'm taking this Morphe 9B blush palette and I'm mixing these two shades together and just popping those on. At the end of it, I kind of felt like they were too bright against, you know, what I was going for with the eyes. So I took this NARS All Day Luminous Powder Foundation and I just swept that over the blush with a dual fiber brush because, like I said earlier, you don't want something to be super intense, you cover it up with some powder, girl. Taking more of that Forever Lit color and I'm popping that on tops of my cheeks, and then I'm carving out my cheeks with my Airspun powder and my Beauty Blender. And then I'm popping a little bit of that color onto the Cupid's bow to make it a little bit more prominent. Moving on to lips, this is like the hardest decision of my life here. Had a lot of options to work with, but I went with more of a cool tone lip. This is the Sola Look slash, I don't know if I'm saying this right, DePeche Girl color. It's a really pretty cool toned mauve shade. And before I put that on, I'm gonna wipe away that powder and then I'm gonna line my lips with a brown lip liner. Now this is like my favorite thing to do for like the longest time. I don't know why. I'm just like so into lining my lips with a brown liner no matter what lip I'm doing, and then putting my liquid lip on. So that's what I'm gonna do here, and then I'm gonna put that liquid lip on, and to top it off I'm gonna use the NARS Velvet Lip Glide in the color Bound. Now to finish off the look, I'm just gonna spray my face with some Fix Plus and I am all done. So this is the final look. All products used will be listed down below in the description bar, so make sure you check that out. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next one.